This is playoff football in Chicago. The cold, the wind, the snow, and these Bear fans wouldn't have it any other way here inside historic Soldier Field. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run on first down. Nobles, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the left side. Nobles. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Fields. Going for the deep ball. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Dances by him. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their own 44. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Here's Wilson. That's caught out left by Perriman. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the first drive, 3-and-out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
You got 4. You got 4. On 2nd and 7, Fields.
On 2nd and 7, Fields. 2
Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2 Fields. 2
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And got his man complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there for Chicago. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Fields now to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap, Fields. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now the throw here to his running back, and they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. On 1st down, Nobles. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Fields. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. makes the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On the handoff, Dillon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Looking sideline, incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Corey Davis there to make the grab. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. McCann's got it teed up. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Off play action, Fields. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to take over here up near the 40.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 39. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Fields. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Well, not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. This time they stay on the ground. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Wilson's throw complete there to Perriman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run on first down. Dillon at a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in on the call. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Running right, here's Dillon. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride, and I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm, they've been sharp, they've been on it, and they pick up another first down there.
And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This could very well be 4-down territory, but right now we focus on third and goal from the 1. Dillon hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
We can come up with a lot of different explanations here. None of them are going to work. At the 1-yard line and coughing it up, no way.
You got to protect that thing like it's your firstborn.
Your firstborn, your secondborn,
your
anyone. It doesn't matter. Take care of the football. You're in a position to go in and score. At worst, you've given up a chance to get 3 points. I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. They'll run a toss here with Dillon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On the handoff, this is Dillon. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, another run for Dillon. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with fourth down, forthcoming. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll try the left side. Nobles. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Fields. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 45 yards. And the Bears are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run. And he'll get in as they're back within his score now. The lead's down to 7. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. To throw again on second down. Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On first down, Nobles, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Hands it off out of the gun. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Takes it at the 7. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, fourth quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Running the toss here to Dillon. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now it's Wilson. Complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. 63 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. McCann's got it teed up. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this is a unit that needs to get in gear if they want to play for a conference championship next weekend. Down 7 here in the fourth, and a very critical drive upcoming. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
On 2nd down, Nobles. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Bears on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Nobles, and he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Back to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the 1st down. That's what's vital to them.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Buccaneers have just about sewn up this football game. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. 1 possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That means it's There's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Fields. He's going to let it fly. Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great